Hello, this is Cherokee Billie, and I'm here with one of my clients and friends, Trina. Trina, are you there?
I'm here. Hello.
Well, I'm glad you have joined me. You're here to tell your story about what it's like being a client of mine for those who really want to get somewhere. I'm just going to give people a little brief history of this. You called me up from the beginning. It was about a relationship you were in, and you wanted to know, where it was going, what was happening. The questions I have received over the years 3 million times. The main questions people call about is their relationship. It's just that simple. And from there, you called with more, and I sensed there was something more to you than the average person who was calling. And I started giving you teachings about relationships, men, and things. So you want to add in how it was for you talking with me in the beginning?
Oh, yes. Wow. Yeah, when I first called, it was about a relationship that I had with a gentleman. I'd known him for over 20 years, and he had been a best friend of mine prior to us engaging into a actual relationship. And we've been going at it from a distance, and I just wasn't quite sure where things were going. So, I called you up for some advice just to see where he was really at, and boy, did I find out a lot. I realized that I've been very blind to the whole dating thing, and I didn't realize that I was trusting too easily and giving too much of myself and not receiving it in return. And
Yeah, and you were completely unaware when you called me of all this,
completely
and I knew
unaware.
Yeah, and, you called back several times wanting to know more, over a period of months, about him, and then I started kind of guiding you into, other things about, what you could do, and how to understand men, and started giving you examples and stuff, and I could tell that you were really a hungry soul that was wanting to learn. There's a lot of people, if I say these things to, they would just turn it off, period. They don't want to hear it, just answer the question and let me go. But you were really listening. So from your standpoint, once you started hearing these teachings, what was it like for you?
Well, I started to see things a lot more clear from what I was going through and just the world, period. I realized, people have to earn your trust. They have to earn their way into your life. And you can't just let anybody, receive all the love that you have to give. You have to make them prove it to yourself because, unfortunately, I learned all these men are say anything to get in your pants, and that's pretty much all they're going for is for their own gain, caring nothing of you.
And it's true, not only about men, but about women can do the same thing to men. It works both ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a question of what you're willing to learn. And like you had been in relationships prior to even the one you called me about, and never have been treated right, and you didn't realize how much you had not been treated right.
No idea. As a matter of fact, I thought that was the norm. And what I learned over the course of time of calling and talking to you is that I didn't love myself. And I had a lot of growing to do and work to do on me. And I realized that the root of my problem came from home, from parenting, like the love that I wasn't receiving from my mother. I was really trying to seek it out of these men and out of these relationships, and hoping to get it in return, and giving so much and hoping that they will love me, and believing that they did when they really truly didn't have any care at all.
Well, it happens to many people, who grew up without love, and just because you have a parent doesn't mean you're receiving love always,
Right. Yeah, well, I had no true examples around me of what,
exactly,
a relationship is supposed to be like, and no one to truly be by my side or in my corner to know that, this isn't right, or I deserve better, or, this isn't good enough for me, and just settling for anything.
Yes, and you really, when I first started talking to you, you sound so much different now than the person I originally talked to. You were just so insecure. You felt you were nothing, I mean, it was clear, and yet I didn't see that. And I felt so much different, in you than other people, because, again, I get the same questions all the time, But I know when somebody is really wanting the truth and wanting to know and learn and grow, and you were wanting it, and it was clear, and you just weren't satisfied with just an answer. You wanted to understand why. You wanted to understand the meanings.
Yes, that's exactly it. I needed to know why, because at the end of the day, until I figured out what was wrong, I was going to keep continuing these same relationships, doing the same pattern over and over again, and getting the same results. And through the course of time, I learned that when I talk to you, to listen to you, you never guided me wrong. You always told me the truth, and you allowed me to make the decision. And that way I learned. I learned what I need to look for when I'm talking to a gentleman or with a person, period, because it's not only men that will, abuse trust. Women who claim to be friends will do it as well. And it's like you can't trust anyone until they prove themselves to you, and that's how you have to deal with it. I realized that I was isolated and off to myself too much. I would come home from work and have no one to talk to, and no one to care for. And you gave me the advice to get an animal that suits me, and I ended up getting a parakeet called Tweety. And
yes,
I love her to death.
I know, but I was the one who explained that she would teach you, she would help you, and it has really changed your life having this little parakeet. It has been teaching you. I feel tremendously. And
yes.
And now you don't feel, like you said, lonely. You don't feel that, because it's amazing what animals do, and I believe animals are our teachers. They may come and we think we're taking care of them. No, they're really taking care of us.
Yes, it is. It's a treat, and I am learning from her constantly every day. As soon as I come in the house, she starts tweeting. She knows I'm coming, and it makes me feel good. That is some type of companionship. There's someone looking for me to come home, someone looking for me to care for them. And, she's teaching me how to trust slowly, not to give all of myself so quickly to a person.
Because she's taking her time trusting you.
That's right.
And
right.
She is the example of how it should be, in trusting humans. That's what I pointed out to you after a certain point. This is what her job is. And, it's amazing. I talk about spirit guides, animal spirit guides, and they're all around us. And it's just amazing what we can learn when we truly learn from them. Like you're noticing from her, it's pure love on her part towards you. There is no, agenda. There's no secret
Right.
something that she's wanting. She's just there loving you.
Right. Unconditionally too. So it is.
And
It is a
I know
treat.
you had never had a bird, and it was scary for you, etc. But that was the animal I picked up you needed. Not a dog, not a cat, but a bird.
Yeah.
And you went with it, And I told you, you remember I said, now you go pet store and you see what bird connects to you, what looks at you, and you took your time. Explain that a bit.
Yeah, I had to go inside the store, and usually they have a area where they keep all the parakeets inside one cage. And when I went up to it, all the birds flew away except for the one. The one, she sat there and she stared back in my eyes, and that was Tweety. And so I got her, and she's been a treat. She plays with me. She's happy every time I come in this house, and it makes me feel good. She's taking her time getting to know me, but she loves to see me coming, and she loves when I'm playing with her, and she's coming around, but taking her time and teaching me how I need to take my time when I'm trusting people or just men.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I've given you specific instructions on her that, when she finally jumps onto your finger, you write down the date you got her and the date that she jumps on your finger, and that's how long you need to take to trust someone.
That's right.
And
that's
this
right.
is going to be a big lesson when it, happens. You're going to just flip out. I know it's going to be a big moment, when it happens. But this is going to be, again, this is why I felt this would be a great teacher, along with what I'm trying to force into your head, pound on you.
Yeah, because
I have to hit you upside the head sometimes.
But I eventually learn. I have to bump my head a few times, but, it's a lesson learned out of life. And I can say I won't do a lot of things anymore. And what she's teaching me here is that it's not so much about the time, it's the quality of time that goes by. If I'm constantly playing with her or, attempting to be closer around her and connect to her, the better she's coming around. Before I wasn't so great with, connecting with her, but now that I am, she comes around more. So it's not that a guy, I'm going to know him for 2 months and, now we're together. No, he needs to give the quality of time over that course of time too. However long it takes, it's the quality of the time that really, truly is going to matter.
And another thing, when you first called, you were looking about your career. You were calling a lot about that. You were looking, about making a change. And, you asked me questions, and, I gave you the answers that, seemed to have been right because you're going along with them. But the one I remember the most, one of the first few calls you made, is you wanted to know about moving. And you asked me about moving to Florida. And it came up real strong, no. And, I knew I don't want to say what state you're in for privacy reason, but, I knew that wasn't the place you were supposed to be, but I didn't know where you were supposed to be. And then things turned around for you, and your family has all kind of moved into one area down in the southern area, not in Florida, and you asked me about that, and I go, oh, my God, yes, that is where you're supposed to be. And recently you made a trip down there to visit your family, and what was it like, the feeling when you went?
Oh, it was beautiful. it was beautiful. It was like fresh air. It made me feel like this whole time I've been smothered in a place where I'm not supposed to be. And going there, I felt love. I felt a spiritual connection. I felt like this is where I should have been all alone. I felt like
right.
everything.
But, everything had to fall in place really for you to want to go there. And then once you saw
Yes.
it, then you felt, this is it. And I know
this
that
is it.
this is it, and I know you even called me recently and asked if you should move sooner than you had planned, and the answer was yes, real fast.
Yes. Something in me is like, I can't wait another second, and I have to go. It's like a force is pushing me closer, and I have to go. The desire is so strong to be there. Again, I felt the love. I had family, companionship, everything that I truly have been looking for all this time.
Right.
What I was looking for out of men, I have a family there, and I feel like when I was there, I didn't think of one guy, and he or whomever didn't even matter, because I was enjoying just being able to breathe and live and be in the comfort of family and loved ones. And I feel like the support is so great that my career is already going to take it's just going to thrive as soon as I get there. And I'm more excited about that. And it is a great place for me to grow.
It is. And it's going to give you, security, things that you just haven't had for so long in your life. And it's going to be a whole new beginning. And, as I've told you, you're going to make it through what you've got to finish to get some degrees you need to move forward. You're already in the nursing field, and you just need some more to go into an area you have found out about. And you're going to do really well. I mean, financially, whoa. You're going to be making great money, and it's going to be quite a shock how it's all going to come about,
Yes, I am extremely excited. Again, just being there the few days, my life was different just from the few days, and I really didn't want to come back. I really didn't want to come back, but I'm going,
and that's why, I had felt that you were supposed to go sooner, but I always wait for people to have that feeling and, ask. And when you did, the answer was, oh, yes, as quick as you can. That there's nothing to hold you there other than, just doing what you've got to do to transfer your licensing and your things for your business and for your work. That's important. But, again, you're going to take off, and it's going to be a big change. And from the time you called me to now, is such a tremendous growth. You're my prized pupil in a way, because you've grown so much. And, I still have to hit you upside the head occasionally, but you keep growing.
Yes.
You aren't going backwards. You're going forwards. And like you sent me a picture of you tonight, and I haven't seen one for a while, and the difference in you is like, wow, this doesn't even look like the same person. It shows in you already.
Thank you. I just, from the time that I first called you to now, I know the drastic difference and changes that I've gone through. Like, my spirit was just tore up when I first called, and now I feel better. Spiritually, feel better as far as my connection with God and being able to pray and use the white light to, protect myself and to, love on me a little bit more. I'm excited more about my future, and I'm able to let go of what I've been through and leave it as the past and move forward. And I'm just so thankful that I did call you and I did connect with you, because you didn't just answer a million questions. You cared, and it was genuine. And you cared so much to allow me to learn, allow me to see the truth, allow me to, grow. And not everybody does that. And I truly appreciate it. I feel like I've gained a friend from you, and it makes me feel good. It really does. That someone cares.
Friend too. And I really do care about the people who call me. It's just I know when they want to learn and when they don't want to learn. And I have to go with whatever it is for the person. And I just felt that no one had really shown you the way, and that if you were shown, you could develop into an incredible being. And you're just starting, really. But again, everybody is different. I know who can go forward and who I need just to answer their questions and no more. I've learned this doing this for so many years. You learn the difference of people. And like I said, what I see in you in this picture is like, compared to the first one you sent, it's like two different people. The other person, it doesn't even look like you now. That's how much you've changed. And I feel a lot of it has to do with, you've been very good about learning and using God's white light.
Yes, God's white light has, it's a drastic change in my life.
I know besides working on yourself, I know you cleaned out your apartment many times with it.
Yes, I was able to visualize the white light going through me. I was able to clean out where I was living, get rid of all negative energy, get rid of all negative spirits. I was able to utilize it at my workplace, because a lot of people, and I know myself, you don't have the best of coworkers, and it makes it hard to go to somewhere that you have to go to, make ends meet and deal with a lot of issues, a lot of negative energy. And I was able to utilize the white light to where things changed for me at work like overnight. It was a totally different vibe in there. And just visualizing the white light as it beams away all those negative energies, all those negative spirits, I just watched them vamp away. And individuals who would probably never thought they would change. It works. I walked in the house and I felt better walking in. It just felt like a fresh breath of air walking in after using that white light. And it has changed me. I utilizing it. I feel God's spirit protecting me.
Yes, it is a gift of God's. Everything that is talked about through God is about the light. And when you learn to really use this tool, I call it a tool of God's, that's a free gift to all of us. When you really use it and utilize it like you've done, the changes are just incredible.
Yes.
And they're quick. Some people faster than others, but, it always works, bottom line.
Yes. Yes.
And, you've been, I know how much it helped you in the workplace, because you really felt really hounded down by people.
Yes. And, I could barely walk through a hallway without feeling them staring at me or saying something about me. And next thing I know, after utilizing that white light on that building, on those people, next thing I know, they not talking about me. Now they want to buy me lunch. Now they want to be my friend. They, right. And it changed everything. And it made them go away. All negativeness go away.
And that's one of the things is by utilizing the white light, not only are you improving your life, you're improving other people's lives, and they don't even know it, and you're not really per se trying to. It's just you're giving out that love and light, and in doing so, bam, you've changed your part of the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we cannot, wave a magic wand and change the whole world, but we can work on our little portion of whatever we have of this world.
That's right.
And you've done it. And it's just been so many beautiful things happening. And I know that moving forward is going to be, exciting, new adventures, all positive, and, a better life is coming.
Yes, and I saw a piece of it, and I'm running. I'm taking off to go to it.
And Tweety don't know it, but Tweety's going too.
Yes, Tweety is going too. Tweety will be with me.
Yes. And hopefully she will enjoy it, as much as you. I'm sure as long as she's with you, she'll feel good,
Yes.
And I keep waiting to see more pictures of her, so please send some more. I love to see it. She's so beautiful. She really is a beautiful little bird. And again, think of this as your spirit guide, your animal spirit guide, because that's what she's doing. She's teaching you. It's not you teaching her. She's teaching you. It's the other way around, And I've learned that over the years of having animals, and I've had all types of animals, gosh, from turtles to mice. I've had all types of pets, you name it, I've pretty much had it. And, each one teaches something. And, they're just, I love animals. I'm a great animal lover, and I find them to be great teachers, because it's hard in this world nowadays. It's a very hard world. It's a very harsh world. And people are under so much stress and spiritual attacks. And they aren't even aware of it, that this is what's going on, that they're being spiritually attacked. But that is part of what it is, and it's bringing the world down. And that's why whatever we can do to bring it up, we make a difference in our part of the world and, help people maybe see that there can be changes. Like in your case, I'm sure your closest friends have seen the difference.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes. From the first guy that I called you with, I'm telling you, they had to listen to me talk about this situation over and over and over again for gosh knows how long. They got tired of me and did not want to hear it anymore. And finally, I got over the situation, and I was able to move on. And now it doesn't take me that long to recognize when I need to move on. And I can let things go a lot quicker now. And that's growth. Not only that, I'm able to see things a lot better, not just believing that everyone is genuine. I'm able to see that, this isn't a good thing for me. A lot of times I can see when it's not a good thing for them, too. So not making the same mistakes and not wasting time on,
and that's
the wrong guy.
Thing, And again, your friends see it, and it's going to affect more people and in their move as well. And I appreciate your taking your time out to share your story with others, because I know that people will listen to what you have to say and realize that it can happen for them if it happened for you.
Yes, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
Again, I've enjoyed getting to know you. It's been a real pleasure, and, we talk as friends, not only as clients and the teacher, but as friends. And it's a real pleasure. I know that there's someone I can talk to if I need to as well, and that's a great thing. And I appreciate you being a part of my life.
Oh,
So anyway, if there's any last thoughts you want to leave before we go, this is it. Anything you want to tell the listening audience?
Yes. This has been the most rewarding encounter I have ever had in my entire life. And every day I am thankful. Every day I am blessed to have known or getting to know this young lady who has taken time out of her world to help me in mine, who has taken time to care, to not just see this as a few questions, but to see me as a human being who, desires for more, who was lost, and who she felt she could help. And it means the world to me. Again, it stems from me not really having a parent to take the time and show me things or give me guidance. And I just thank God that she was able to do that, that her life experiences and her gifts were, given to her so that she can be a vessel and that she could help me out. And not only with men, even though that is a huge, huge part of every woman's life, but also in my personal life as far as my career, as far as me as a person, knowing that the growth had to start on the inside of me, knowing that I needed to work on me, love me enough to know and learn these things. And I just appreciate her, and I appreciate you, Cherokee, for taking the time out to help someone like me, and for being genuine, and for always telling me the truth, regardless if, I was going to like it or not, and, caring, because it's not that much out here in the world. So I just thank you, and I know anyone who encounters you, they're going to really, truly appreciate it.
Well, I thank you for your kind words, and for anyone listening, contact me for my services. And, again, I am different. I call myself a spiritual advisor because that's what I'm doing. I'm working on the spiritual side and giving advice, not just answering questions, but wanting to improve and change a person's life. Thank you, Trina, for being here, and we will talk again. And thank you, everyone. And remember, you can contact me at my website, Cherokee Billie, that's BILLIE.com, CherokeeBillie.com, and check out some of my articles, and you will be amazed at what I have learned. Anyway, thank you, and I appreciate you listening now and those in the future.